Lamelo Ball is eligible to sign a 5-year contract extension worth $202.5 million, which would take effect in the summer of 2024. If Ball is selected for one of the All-NBA teams within the first 3 years of the contract, the value of his contract would increase to $243 million. This contract extension will be a litmus test for the new team owners to see how willing they are to invest in the team. It is crucial for the franchise to make it a priority to reach a timely agreement for the full contract extension. The franchise has developed a reputation for not adequately compensating their players, especially after Kemba Walker's departure. To avoid repeating that mistake and to prevent a prolonged and contentious negotiation process, they must act swiftly and secure the extension. Lamelo has noticeable weaknesses in his playing style. He has faced issues with his health, which resulted in limited availability on the court. He has also struggled with finishing near the basket, scoring in isolation, and his defensive skills are below average. Despite these challenges, the Hornets should not overcomplicate contract negotiations. Instead, they should prioritize securing his contract extension promptly. It is worth noting that a good point of reference would be Darius Garland, who signed a maximum 5-year contract on July 2, 2022. The Hornets front office may have the intention to include additional incentives based on games played and reaching the playoffs in Lamelo Ball's contract extension. If you can come to terms on an agreement quickly, then that is a clear win. However, this isn't a Zion Williamson type of situation. Lamelo has played 162 to Zion's 85 games at the same point in their career. There also aren't the same concerns with conditioning. Pursuing those risk mitigation factors carries the risk that the player, in return, requests certain privileges such as a player option in the 5th year, a decision the team could regret in 2028. Engaging in prolonged negotiations also puts the team at risk of alienating their most talented player. I feel like I still kind of got that mentality that they had back in the day, Ball said. Even with the switching teams and stuff, they never used to do that. You go to one team, you stay there. The notion of spending his entire career in Charlotte may seem unlikely, even for the most optimistic Hornets fans. It is more typical for small-market superstars to spend around 8 to 9 years with one team before considering other opportunities. If the Hornets haven't established themselves as a regular playoff team by that time, it would be understandable for the player to explore new opportunities that give them a chance to compete. Lamelo LaFrance Ball NBA journey. He started his freshman season with his siblings Lonzo and LiAngelo Ball and his cousin Andre Ball. Lamelo began his high school career as a freshman in Chino Hills. Notably scored 26 points against Sierra Canyon School to defeat them and win the CIF Southern Section Open Division Championship. The group went 35-0 and captured the fabled national title. Lamelo scored an average of 16.4 points and 3.8 assists per game and shared the Max Preps National Freshman of the Year award with his teammate Onyeka Okongwu. In his sophomore season, he made news by scoring 92 points in one game. With averages of 26.7 points and over 10 assists per game. He was named to the first team of the Max Preps Sophomore All-Americans. After an argument between his father and the new high school coach, he skipped his final year and began homeschooling. After giving up his right to attend college, he then signed with an agent to play professionally abroad with his brother LiAngelo. In 2017, Lamelo joined Prienai of the Lithuanian League. He quit the squad as due to the injury he was not getting playing time. He then returned to the US to participate in a league set up by his father, JBL. He was a Los Angeles Ballers player. Ball averaged a triple-double during the regular season, averaging 39.6 points, 14.6 rebounds, and 11.5 assists per game. In the playoff semifinals, he set a season record with 55 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. He went back to school to finish his senior year of high school after the league ended. He played with the Illawarra Hawks in 2019 for one season in the Australian NBL, where he won Rookie of the Year honours for his outstanding campaign, which saw him average 17 points, 7.4 rebounds and 6.8 assists per game through 12 games. The Charlotte Hornets picked him third overall after he declared for the NBA draft in 2020 and playing for the Hornets till now as a point guard. The Hornets star Lamelo is the youngest player under 20 in history with at least 1,000 points, 500 assists and 200 made three-pointers in a season. Since he joined the league, Ball has established new records or joined the ranks of the very best. Lamelo Ball net worth. Lamelo Ball is a professional basketball player from the United States and is net worth $20 million fortune. Lamelo signed a $100 million long-term shoe deal with Puma just before the NBA draft, according to reports. It's interesting to note that he was the ONE and the ONLY rookie from the 2020 draft class to sign a significant sneaker contract prior to the 2020 to 2021 season. Lamelo Ball contract. Lamelo Ball has agreed to a rookie deal with the Charlotte Hornets worth $35.5 million over the course of 4 years. He is now eligible for $8.6 million for the season when the Hornets exercise their team option for the 2022-23 campaign. Another club option worth $10,900,635 is available to the team for the 2023-24 season. Ball is eligible for a qualifying offer from the Hornets worth $14,301,633 for the 2024-25 season, failing which he will be a restricted free agent. Lamelo Ball records. In an overtime win over the Cairns Taipans on November 25, Ball produced a season-high 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists to become the league's youngest player to score a triple-double. He recorded consecutive triple-doubles, becoming the fourth player in league history and the first since the NBL shifted to 40-minute games in 2009. He recorded a triple-double against the Atlanta Hawks on January 9 at the age of 19 years and 140 days, making him the youngest player in NBA history. He finished with 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. In a 138-121 loss against the Utah Jazz on February 5, Ball notched a then-career-high 34 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block. He also made history for the league by being the player with the youngest 30-point outing. Lamelo Ball was one of the many Charlotte Hornets that missed a significant amount of time last season as he was constantly bothered by ankle injuries. The fourth and final ankle injury of the 2022-23 season required surgery, forcing him to miss the final month of the season. Following the 2023 NBA Draft, General Manager Mitch Kupchak provided Hornets fans with an update on his recovery, and all indications showed that he should be ready to go for the start of next season. His bone was 100% healed 6 weeks ago. He's been on the basketball court for 4 to 6 weeks, running and jumping on the court. He has not done any scrimmages yet. He hasn't done any one-on-one or any two-on-two. He could, but what's the rush? We're not even to July 1st yet. He's not ahead of schedule. This is exactly what the doctors expected, but we're good. It's natural for a point guard to assume a leadership position. They have the ball, they are up front. That's not to say a wing or a big can't, but it's natural for somebody that's in the backcourt. That's our hope that he will grow into that. He's only 21. Could you lead an NBA franchise at 21? Is that possible? He's been here 4 years and he's only 21. He's showing signs of doing it. Terry Rozier last year gave us a lot of leadership, but you know that one guy that has that presence, it just hasn't happened yet, and it falls to the coach. We have to address it.